All right. Hello, all you beautiful, wonderful, amazing tea people. Today we have two new teas that will be released for the sale, and we'll talk about the sale. I've got a relatively legendary tea right here. There's not very much of it left, but it is a legendary tea. But we're going to go in. We're going to talk about these two teas. I'm going to, if you're on the YouTube or the Facebook, we're going to take you on a Google trip into the neighborhoods where these teas are made. We'll do a street view or two. Hey, man, how's it going? We'll do a street view or two because street views are fun, and I really enjoy it. And people have been telling me they enjoy being able to see where the actual tea is being made and all of that. And so that's what we'll do. Now, before we start, I will apologize for the name of these teas. These are two teas. They just came into the shop. One of them I got, one's from Elan, and I got it the other day. The other one came into the shop. I apologize for the names of these teas. I'm just running out of I'm running out of names. Anyway, so this one's going to be called Pre-Qingming Four Seasons Oolong. We'll talk about why it's going to be called that. And marketing. And this one over here, I called it Wild Peach Wooey Oolong. And it's hard. It's hard to come up with these names. But we'll talk about them, and we'll talk about them. And they're both super affordable, like best of the best daily drinker level of teas you can imagine. I mean, they're just, for the price point, they are absolutely amazing. But we're going to go in and we're going to drink them, and we're going to talk about them, and then I'll tell you more about the teas as we jump into the street view. Again, we'll do street view on the YouTube and the Facebook. And we'll go in and we'll go visit these areas. Well, the Mingjin area, we've done it before, but we haven't done a street view. So I'll do a street view, and we'll drive around in Mingjin so you can sort of see what it looks like. Sort of the dusty, deserty type of spot. And then we'll go to Sanming in Yilan, so you can sort of see what we're looking at there. Now, let's talk a little bit about the sale that's coming up. 5 years. It's been 5 years. Can you imagine that? 5 years. And it seems, in some ways, it seems a heck of a lot longer than 5 years, but it has only been 5 years. And so starting on Sunday, going for 3 or 4 days, there's going to be 20% off of everything. So there'll be 20% off of everything. And I'm going to do some things. So I've got some older tea. So like there's some stuff like this one here, which is, I won't be giving away this one, but what I'm going to do is there's some older teas, some tea cakes, and some of this, which is the Missed Opportunity Oolong. And I'm just going to randomly give them out to anybody who orders during that time period. And so I might do something like see what the numbers are. So if you get 2 zeros, if you hit the zero bound, right, the 2 zeros there, then you can get something. Or I don't know. We're just going to see. We're just going to see how it goes. I'll come up with some good ideas for how to give away some free sort of legendary tea. But I'll talk about it a little bit closer to the day. Today's what, Tuesday? And thank you, everybody who bought some tea this weekend. Thank you. It's all packed up. It's going to be sent out today. Everybody, all your tea is going to be going into the shipping ether. Now, let's talk about these two teas. And we'll talk about this one first. Okay, so we'll talk about this one first. Now, this one, I got this. I think did I do this on a live stream already? I can't remember. Anyways, I got this in the mail. So my buddy in, oh, it's so good. My buddy in Mingjin, I just got this letter in the mail, and in here was the sample, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is great stuff. And it is, so I call it Pre-Qingming 4 Seasons because it's 4 seasons, and I'm like, what am I going to do with 4 seasons, right? And the reason it's called that is because it was picked in late February, early March. So it's not a winter pick tea, and it's not a spring pick tea. It's this weird time period that's not, you can only ever do it in low elevation, hot areas is the only time you can ever pick during this time period. So Luye, places like Luye, they have these types of teas. Mingjian will have these types of teas. I'm sure down in Liugui, some of these other areas, they'll have these type of teas. But you don't get them every year, and they're just weird. They have some aspects of a spring tea, some aspects of a snow pick tea, and they put them together, and you get like really interesting teas sometimes, and sometimes they just taste like crap. Anyways, it's so I call it pre-Qingming, right? So Qingming is the green teas in China. You're supposed to get like these really early teas and the pre-Qingming and blah 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 blah. So I just named this pre-Qingming. So this is a tea from Mingjian, and it is a tea that is not a snow pick tea, but it's got a lot of aspects of snow pick tea, like really beautiful florals. But it's also got a lot of spring, so it's pretty soft. At the same time, some of the leaves are pretty thick leaves, and so you get this tea that is not really snow pick. It's not that sort of really strong radioactive yellow, but it's got a lot of the florals, and it's also got a lot of the really beautiful springtime softness. So anyways, that's what I call it. That's my justification for calling it that. But it's a great tea, and it's affordable. So it'll be like, I don't know, 26 for 100 grams, something like that. Now let's go in here. I won't change the names. Who cares? So we're going to go in. We're zooming in. We're zooming in. Here we go. Zooming in, zooming in. So here is Taichung Shi. So this is Taichung, right? So over here. So if we move from here, we move down here. Again, if you're watching on the Instagram, jump over to YouTube or Facebook. And then here is Mingjian. It is this area ringed by mountains. It's got a place where there were two rivers that came down. So one river came down here. One river was coming along here. Here, I'll change this over here to make this a little bigger. Oh, look at me. Look, I'm like a video game streamer now. Look at that. Let's see. Oh, wait, which one? I'm like a video game streamer, and there we go. We'll use this one. Anyways, so here is this area that's sort of it's high up, and let's zoom in and see some of the soil, right? So we'll zoom in and see some of the soil in here. Now look at the color of the soil. It's just like these have been freshly watered, and that's sorry. Let's see. Let's find a spot that's been freshly watered. Over here you can sort of see they're watering over here, it looks like. Oh no, they're digging stuff up. Anyway, so there is a place where they're digging it up, right? So they're digging it up, and you can see that this here is what's the color of the soil is when you sort of dig it up. Now, this looks like it's tea. Why don't we jump in? Hey Google, can we jump in? Let's go. Boom. And there's some tea. So you can see what it looks like here. This is your very, very, very typical sort of, well, actually, this is smaller than the average road, but this is what Mingjian looks like. Okay, so this is what Mingjian looks like. It's got lower level teas. You can see this is all sort of picked by hand, or sorry, by machine. This would be all picked by machine. And it's basically just looks like this, right? So we can go for a drive along here, just so you can sort of see. And when you're looking at these types of teas, you can see that it is just so, well, I guess it didn't go that way. It's so fertile that it's just constantly coming up, just all the time. Now, anybody can tell what this is here? Anybody tell what this is? Let's see if I can zoom in. Can you tell what that is? Now, there are the flowers. So this would have been done, I guess. Oh, it says right here. So it's April. This would have been April last year. This is April last year. But that's dragon fruit. All right, so that's dragon fruit. And so you can see the dragon fruit beside there, and this, let's see what's down there. This would be, well, they're mulching it a little bit. Oftentimes they use peanut shells. So they use peanut shells to mulch the stuff. And so let's see what else we got. Let's do a quick run. Okay, here's pineapple, right? Over here we got some bananas, right? So these are bananas. These are betel nut, these big old betel nut trees. And back to tea. And then here we are, we're back to tea, right? So here we are, we're back to tea. Now, the reason I'm sort of showing you this, it's kind of fun for me, actually, because in a minute, we're going to be going over to Elan, and Elan is completely different, right? Elan is completely different, right? So it's just a different, everything about Elan is just totally different. Let's see, what are these guys here? Oh, that looks like a little bit of a unique fruit plant. So there's a couple different kinds of fruit that are unique that they can grow around in that area. I don't know exactly what fruit that is. It's not a citrus, not a mango, something else. But they grow, because it's so easy to grow stuff in Mingjian, they just grow like amazing things. They just grow everything. Anyway, so that's where we are right there, right? So you can see that's mostly tea, right? So that's mostly tea. But that's sort of the Mingjian area. And all this area is, you know, it's just, everything is so close together, right? Like everything is just, it's just so close together. Like there's some houses, and then you get all these different agricultural products. Let's see here. Let's jump in. Let's see what we got. Right. So again, just jumping in a random spot. Very, very, very similar. Right. So there's the tea. Now, none of the tea that I've seen so far looks particularly organic, but it also doesn't look particularly not organic, except for this one. This one looks, I'd never buy tea from a place that looks like that. Never. Right. I just wouldn't. I would never buy tea from a place that looks like that. And what's wrong? Well, number one, they obviously spray the ground. You can see that there's not even a hint of anything around there. Look at the rocks. Those rocks should have some sort of moss or something on them. There should be something going on the rocks right here. There's nothing going on there. They've got sort of the irrigation things all looking really good. So they spent a ton of money. And just look at the actual tea, right? The way it's done this. It's too perfect. It's too perfect. Authentic tea gardens, in the sense of not using huge amounts of agrochemicals, don't look like this. They do not look like this. But anyways, let's get out of there. Here we go. We're going to zoom out, right? So we're going to zoom. Oh, wrong way. We're going to zoom out of there. And this is Nantou, which is a funny little town. It's not a bad town. I wouldn't mind living there. Although it would take a lot to get me out of this area here in Hualien. So here we go. There we go. So we're right. That's right on the Tropic of Cancer, right across from basically where I am right here. You can actually see this is Hualien, right? So where I am, I'm just by the train station. I'm right around here. So right in this area right here, that's where I am. And anybody comes to visit, you come to Taiwan, get in touch. You know, I do a lot of different types of tours, but if you, I do a lot of different types of tours. But if you want to go for if I'm busy, I might not be able to take you on a tour, but you can always come and drink some tea. So here we go. Here is Yilan Xian. So this is Yilan. And I was actually up here on Sunday because I went here to Saomu to sweep the tombs. Now, my wife's family is from Yilan. They're from Zhuangwei, which is right on the coast. And you can see Yilan is a kind of a weird looking place. It's extremely isolated. Can you add a betel nut to 1 monthly subscription? Maybe I could do betel nut seeds because they're dried and they don't go bad. The problem is with betel nut, they're fresh, right? So if you want to actually eat a betel nut, you got to eat them fresh. They're absolutely disgusting. I don't know. Maybe I could vacuum seal it. maybe I'll go to a maybe I'll go to a stand and see. But I don't know if they tested the paste they put on those betel nuts. I don't know whether it would pass. it would pass. It's like it said betel nut uh, seeds. I love the seeds. well, the seeds. So betel nut. Okay, small tangent. Betel nut is an amazing, spectacular, wonderful, beautiful plant. The flowers of the betel nut are spectacular. The betel nuts themselves give you energy, sort of like a coffee, and they are extremely medicinal. They're good for parasitical worms, like better than any medicine you can imagine. The seeds, right? So the seeds are better for that than anything you can imagine. But it also gives you energy. And so us humans have screwed it up. We have made it so that we abuse the beautiful betel nut because it's just a gift. The betel nut is just absolutely a gift. But if you put it with something base, then it gets into your bloodstream and it's like a methamphetamine. Not that I've ever tried methamphetamine, but that's sort of the effect of it. And the seeds are actually really, really good, really, really medicinal. They work really, really well. So I don't know, maybe if you really want to see it, I've got cut up seeds. I use it for my family every once in a while. we get around. But I don't eat the fresh nuts. But the betel nut is really, it is. It's such an amazing thing. Such an amazing plant. We just. Anyways, let's get back to looking at elan. So elan is this area right here. Now, what is elan known for? It's known for kumquats, those little oranges. It's known for the little oranges. It's known for its rice. So we'll take just a random jump in here. This is all rice. And let's see. Come on, let's see. What do we got? Let's see. Can we jump in here? Yep, we can. Let's see. Let's go. Okay. Jumping into the rice field. Okay, that is not the rice field. That is, let's see, is that rice? Yeah, I guess that's rice. I don't know. When is this? Oh, this is August. That's why. So here, this field, they're resting. I'm going to jump out. Let's see if I can find a better one. So if you're taking a picture in August, like here, you can see this is, when is this? When is this? This was 2023. When was this? But anyways, this is just, it's so beautiful. This is when the rice is growing here. Let's see if I'll jump into another spot. Anyways, elan is known for its rice. And let's see if I can show you. Come on, here we go. What's this? What are we looking at? Oh, it's still the same season, I guess. So this is wrong. Well, not wrong. This is just what it looks like in August. Let's see. We'll try, because I want to show you guys what it looks like in when it's here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. What are we looking at? Come on, give me something good. No, not really. So this is November. We're just missing the harvest by a couple days. Anyways, whatever. Maybe in the other place I go to, we'll be able to see the rice. But they're famous for the rice. So anyways, it's a low-lying area. There's water everywhere. And it's extremely fertile, and it rains all the time. So take a look. These are these big-ass mountains that sort of ring this area. And the water comes, the warm air comes in off of the ocean and just rains. So it's just raining all the time. Just all the time. It just rain. And so you get a lot of rice. Now, if you move further up, then we're going to this area, the Sanshin area. Or sorry, not Sanming, the Sanshin area. And when you get to this area, it's not quite as wet and it's a little bit cooler. And in this area, you get, let's jump in here and see what we can see. There is onions. green onions. So here we go. Here's a green onion field right here. Let's see if we can jump into the green onion field. So green onions everywhere. Yes, so this is green onion right here. Now, this is how they grow the green onions, right? This is how they grow it. What's that? That looks like some growing rice. This is, I guess it took them 3 months to do this. So this is, September. And so they're famous. They actually have a green onion museum in this area, and, which is hilarious, really. But they do. They have a green onion museum, and you can see here. I guess they've chopped this down. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. So this is what the area is famous for, right here. Let's see if we can. Yes, there we go. Let's take a look. So here's the green onion, and I was there on Sunday. I was talking with my buddy, and I was like, I bought some honey because they had some honey that I wanted. I said, it's not going to taste like onions, is it? Because really in this area, all around the area, it's just all onions. But they also have a little bit of tea. And so what is this? See, this is wild peach ooey. And I called it wild peach ooey because this area, as you can imagine, is not known for tea. It is not known for tea. And in fact, the tea, so we're looking at sort of this valley. You can see this valley here. You go up here, that's the Nanhu area, so the high mountains. And then you got the valley here and the valley here. And this area, once you go up the valley just a touch, you can actually grow tea. And it actually works okay. It's hard. You have to be extremely skillful because it rains so much. Let's see if I can find a tea garden for you guys to see here. And it's really hard because it rains so much. A lot of different kinds of tea don't survive. But you can do tea. Let's see. What about here? No. I guess they didn't go up that high for the Google Maps. What about this area? I'm trying to remember where the tea gardens are, but they're hard to find. They're not on the flat plains. They're a little bit higher up. Let's see, can we get a nope? And just to give you an idea, just what it looks like, right? It's so wild. So once you get up into the mountains, right? There's the mountains. It's just jungle. And then down in the flat plains, and there's this very, very fine dividing line between the two. But anyways, my buddy in this area does a really, really, really good job with his tea. Like really, really, really good job. He's quite amazing, actually, what he does with the tea. And this right here is the Wu Yi. So if you take a look right at it, you can see it's green, but you can also see that it's really, really, really dark. And so this is a wintertime pick of the Wu Yi. And I actually saw my buddy when I was up in Taipei for the tea fair, and I actually tried this tea, and I didn't buy it then, and I just there's all stuff going on right now. Right now it's a lull. There's not a lot of tea right now. There's just no tea, but yeah, it's just good. But I remember tasting it. I think I did a live stream or two with it. But the upfront is sort of vegetally, right? So a little bit of vegetally, not too special. But then you get this wave of slightly unripe peach. So peach that's you can still eat it, you still bite it, it's still like peachy, but it's not quite that sweet. There's just still a little bit of touch of unripeness. And that flavor profile on that Wu Yi is gorgeous. It's beautiful, right? It's not all that complex. It's like a 2-note tea. You got the upfront vegetal that goes into the sort of the darker unripe peach flavor, but because this area is unknown, like nobody knows the area. Right, it's just this unknown, absolutely unknown area. The tea there is dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap for a tea that if it was grown anywhere else would be double or triple the price. Double or triple the price. And so I go visit my buddy. I go here. I see his tea. I'm like, well, all right. I want 5 kilograms of it. And he's like, I can't sell you 5 kilograms of this tea. I'm like, well, why not? He's like, you got to do more than that. You got to do more. And then I'm like, but I don't know whether. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, this tea's like half the price of everywhere else. Okay, whatever. However much you want to sell me, just sell it to me. I'll take it. Because it's good, it's cheap, it's great for wholesale type stuff. It's an amazing, clean daily drinker. Like it's such a good tea. Like this is less than, this one I can sell for like, you want to buy 500 grams of this tea for like, $89, shipping included, right? It's just a good tea all around for the price. It's just perfect. And so I really enjoy going there now. I didn't used to. When I first started going there, this guy didn't have kids. He was stressed out. But now he's gotten a little bit successful. He's gotten, like, people know him. He's got kids. He's chilled right out. And it's really enjoyable to go and visit. Right? It's really enjoyable to go and visit. And I've had my issues with him a couple times, but his heart's in the right place. And the floral on this is gorgeous. And the fruit on this, it's just great. Let's see if you can see it. So you see the different colors. So this is the greener tea of the this is the greener tea, and then this is sort of the darker tea. So this is the pre-Qingming 4 Seasons, and then this one right here, that's the you can see that's the darker, what I call it, the Wild Peach Wuyi. Now, just a brief thing about Wuyi. When you're looking at Wuyi is the Taiwanese Wuyi. There's the Wuyi, the place in China. There's the place in China. There is the style of making tea. There is the cultivar Wuyi, but the Wuyi cultivar, there's like hundreds of them, all from the area, all mixed together in China. In Taiwan, they took one of the cultivars from there, they put it here, and they propagated it. It's only one kind of tea. And here in Taiwan, it doesn't really mean anything other than the cultivar. It's not a processing style. It's just sort of the cultivar. I've talked about it many, many, many times, but I will again, just for the record. So this is, and these tea trees are old enough now that they've got some good flavor to them. And so up front, normal, vegetal, nothing special. Mid-mouth, kind of flat. And then the peachy aftertaste is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Now, it's not the smoothest tea. Like, this tea is much more smooth. But it's a low elevation, machine pick tea. They did a great job with taking out the stems and everything. It's great, like really, really good. And yeah, I'm super happy to have this on the site. This will be on the site, 20% off, starting on Sunday. This one will also be on the site, 20% off, starting on Sunday. And this is from Mingjian, and also a very, very cheap area. But this one's certified organic. This one's not certified organic. And so this one's a little bit more expensive. So I don't know, 26, something like that for 100 grams. But it's still pretty cheap. And for what it is, it's a great value as well. I'm happy to have both these teas. They're huge, huge, huge value teas. I haven't actually had this one. It does so well, this 4 Seasons. It does so well, the Grandpa style, that I've just been drinking it Grandpa style. And now that I'm drinking it sort of in the Gongfu style, there's a beautiful little fruit note that's coming out as well, which you don't get when you do it Grandpa style. Now, Grandpa style is more like vegetal, floral, 4 Seasons, right? If you had 4 Seasons before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. but there's a touch of a little yellowy, fruity note in there as well. I'm happy. I'm happy with these teas because, we all know things are a little tough everywhere, more so than they were. Well, different type of tough now with inflation and whatnot. But these are two teas that are, they're affordable and they're just they're affordable and they are. You can enjoy them every day, and it's not gonna break the bank. So they're much more accessible for a lot of people. Okay, let's see if I can find some tea in this area. Let's see. This might be tea. Let's see. Let's try it. Let's try it. No, that's not tea. That's not tea. And here, this is a great example of Elan. So this is the houses. So you can see here, this is what the houses look like. They're literally like right beside everything. Brand new houses in the middle of nowhere, right? Anyways, let's see. Can I find some tea? I don't know if I'm going to be able to find some tea. But anyways, yes, this is the Sanshin area, and it's just out of the way. No one ever goes here, right? There's no reason for you to go here. No one ever goes here. But you can see just how different it looks compared to Mingjian. So Mingjian is very, very seriously, very seriously dry, hot, almost deserty. And this area is not. It's so wet, right? It's just so wet. It's just amazingly wet all the time. Although thankfully, when I go there, it's not too bad. I don't think I'm going to find any tea around here. They don't grow a lot of tea. It's just basically my buddy. He's the only guy who really grows tea anywhere around there. And let's see, did they go there? Anyways, I think that's it for now. So any questions about what I just covered, right? So you can see here, you got the Elan area, sort of this triangle-y type of spot. And it drains this whole mountain range from about here, like this entire mountain range all through here, just drains it. So it's so fertile and so wet. And which is very, very different than the Mingjian area, which is this area right here, which is, there's this and this, and so they met together and they made this plateau. Right, so from the mountains there, they made that plateau. Also an extremely fertile area, but also very, very different. Right, you just see the difference in the way things are there. I mean, Elan, I didn't even notice. I don't even think they had any beetle out there, did they? Let's just do a random jump in. See if we can find a beetle nut. Any beetle nut? Let's see here. We'll do a quick look around. No beetle nut even. Look at that. But I'm a little disappointed. This area, when the rice is ready to go, there's few places is quite as aesthetically pleasing as the rural areas of Elan. But they drove the car at the wrong time. Anyways, that's it for now. So any questions about that, let me know. What we've got, just to recap, Sunday evening, same time as usually the emails go out. I might even tell everybody the sort of the discount code ahead of time. But it'll start on Sunday evening and go for 3 or 4 days, 20% off all the teas. Not the sets because they're already discounted. I don't want to lose money, but everything else is going to be 20% off. There's still a few tea cakes left, like 3 or 4 of each of them, and yeah, I'll try and tell people what there's not very much of. There's a bunch of things that there's not very much of it left. A bunch of them, actually. I'll try and tell people. But yeah, that's it for now. So, as always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this or anything else, let me know. These two teas, again, the Preaching Ming, the Preaching Ming Four Seasons, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous tea, will be available on the site. If you ordered the last couple of days, then you got a sample of this probably. And then same with this one. If you ordered the last couple of days, you probably got a sample of this as well. Well, it depends how big your order is, right? But this is the Wild Peach Wheat, and that'll be on the site for Sunday as well. And I'm going to sit here and enjoy these a little bit. Then I'm going to go to the post office and mail everybody's packages. Thanks for watching. And thank you for the tangent. And yes, well, take my money. Well, it's thankfully with these teas, I don't have to take very much of your money, like just a little bit, and you get value for the money, right? So they're machine picked from sort of cheap areas, lower elevation, but done by amazing tea masters at just the right time, right temperature, right everything. They're awesome value teas. But anyways, thank you always for the support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next live stream.